very good rest, apart from myself. And perhaps Professor Mohammed, who sent me a message at 1:15 last night, and that simply reduced my because I thought I was the only one awake, doing things and trying to. But then when his message came, I'm like, we are two. And then his message, he sent me a message to some files to say we are three. So maybe there were more people, but I'm sure we have the energy to continue today. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do in the next 15 minutes max, so that we can redeem some time, is to give a recap of what happened yesterday. Of course, we all witnessed it, so I'm not going to spend so much time getting into the details. But it's already part of the program, and I want us to just go through it. The first thing is to thank everyone who participated yesterday. In my opinion, we had a successful day one. If anyone thinks otherwise, we are happy, more than happy, to get the feedback and incorporate for future exercises. My first task, that's what I was trying to fix. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's okay. So, my first question would be, the first task this morning is to tell who's looking the best in this picture. First guess, not guess, like, who's looking the finest in the picture?
Second right.
Second
right.
Left.
Second left, sorry.
Second left?
Second left. Yeah.
Any second left? Okay. All right. But I'm noticing something. Well, Professor Chile is not here.
He will soon join us.
He will soon join. Because I'm keen in knowing why he disrupted Jesse.
Yeah, that should be inclusion. No, this time is inclusion.
Okay, that's the last part of the inclusion.
Yes, I didn't put in, it will be suppression.
Okay.
No, it's only, they said that, we have to be balance. He said, no, he is the one that is causing the imbalance. Actually, it's only balance when all of them are seated there. Okay. I hope we better realize it. We are living in the new norm now.
Yeah.
Is when you disrupt their setup, then there is imbalance.
There is their setup. All right, so the day started with an overview and the objectives of the workshop by the principal investigator, Dr. Ahmed, and he gave a welcome address, and of course, goes through why we were here, and then what the project is all about, a few initial briefings on how we got to this stage. Then there were 2 technical sessions carried out yesterday, 4 presentations in the first part of the day, and the 5 at the later part of the day, just a summary of what happened. The first presentation was given by Badodisco, and the second one was given by Keiko. Of course, not to start taking us into the details, Johnson spoke so eloquently and very, very passionately about the skills, both engineering and technical, that are needed and lacking in the discourse. Of course, a few other points that made the presentation one of the most exciting ones that got me talking to figure out who exactly was stealing electricity, if it was the customer or the staff. And then Adiza from Pedro, yet his way, took us through the operational data to support AI development because given that we really couldn't figure out who the thief was, customer or staff. Now we need machine to help us in that chase to reduce non-technical losses, particularly. Okay, so the survey by KEDCO and of course their report. So the data, the operational
Good afternoon, everyone. Another session discuss on integrating and identifying some gaps that are related to definition. This is another session discuss about how we can incorporate the technicians at lower level and happens to be the first stage of every electrical installation. So we think that that we can already identify to know how we can impart some knowledge on them to avoid, to bridge the gap and avoid some mistakes that used to be observed after all installations. So basically, some of the technicians we have, they have put in some skills that they can perform even better of some places we have. But at least when you bring them back and ask them to validate what they have done, so you can see maybe they were just doing it out of just because of the skills they acquired and they don't know the real knowledge behind in terms of specification, standards, and other even policies. For example, in Nigeria, a policy was standards was reviewed, I think, under electrical construction guideline 2023 or 2018 construction guideline by NEMS, Nigerian Electricity Management Agency. That construction guideline was reviewed as amended, that some voltage levels were reviewed. This NEMSA is a safety on electrical power system government regulatory body. So the voltage level was single phase, it was reduced to 230, and for the three phase it was reduced to 400. But all other parameters like frequency, other voltage levels, 11 kV, 33 kV, 132, up to 330 remain the same. So these are kind of things that maybe the training will now tell peculiarity to training that yes, these are the things you need to know, be able to at least appreciate or interpret
levels.
So design is carried out by
Number of levels
that is the second single line diagrams.
Then lastly, we are going to also follow this practice to bring out the aim of each certification and the learning objectives of each certification as estimated. So, with your kind permissions, I think we will start with objective number 2. What do you want for this?
Also, also the safety aspect of the installation is important. then policy, standards, specification, and all other related regulations according to certifications. Secondly, the issue of even the configuration, how they can configure their installation in terms of PB management or PB arrangement, because there are some installation that you can see and the installer will just go buy 300 watts panel, PB 250, mix them all together, thinking that it's going to suit his design. But at the end of the day, when you analyze critically, you realize this is not going to give expected output. Even the sizing is also important in terms of cables, fuses, that's the protection aspect. Yes, and the load management also is important. And another aspect is the human attitude. Because most of the solar installation that failed are related to the human attitude, that is the load management. Understand? Yeah, because it's not everybody that knows how to manage his load. For example, when you think of energy savings and energy conservation, the efficiency, so you can see a lot of